Hello and welcome back to Mindustry. In our last episode, we went through here and greatly improved all of this and got to play with lasers, which is super fun. And we water cooled them too, so we can see how efficient these things get once you get water cooled, which is super fun. Let's head out into our map here. We are on the dark side right now as we orbit our sun over there. But we can take a look. We have a couple of different sectors that we can take a look at. We have medium, low, medium, low, medium, medium. So there's a couple different threats out there. Again, I don't really know which one's the best one to go to, but I don't want to go to something like salt flats yet. Maybe we'll start working our way over there. So let's start off with a low area around the biomass, and then we'll go from there. So we'll launch over there. We'll max out our resources and launch, and here we go. I found there is a setting to turn that off, but I kind of like it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And we're going to pause this real fast. I believe somebody told me this stuff can be used for the thermal generator. So if we put it on there, you can see it's not available there, but we can do it there, and it has a 300% efficiency, which is super cool. Taking a look around here, and if I hit N, we can get a bigger map. We can see that this is a pretty large map in comparison to lots of other things. So we have some water really close to us. We have coal. So that's good for lots more water over here. That's all good for power generation. There's going to be a branch that goes way up here and doesn't do anything. So that's going to be nice for us to just have an area that's kind of dedicated out of the way. We have another big area with lots of coal, some copper, a little bit of lead. Over here, if we take a look, big area of oceans. So that's fine. And then as we continue up, there's not as much around there. So this is a pretty big map. Taking a look quickly, there are some spots of of lead sticking around, but there's not like crazy amounts of any one particular thing. But this is the first time we get to play with something like this, where we have that, which I'm pretty psyched about. I don't see any scrap or anything else like that around, so it doesn't look like we're going to be in good shape for trying to generate titanium here. So we're going to have to be a little judicious with that. But let's unpause the game and fly out and just take a look and see where the bad guys are going to be coming from. And then we can use that to help guide us on what we're going to be doing and where we're going to be going to with each of these things. I'm guessing it's out towards this top right corner. Would be my guess. Nope. Okay. Now I have no idea where the bad guys are coming from. So let's take a look. Are they coming from? Oh, they're coming from all the way down here. Okay, interesting. So they're going to be coming off there, which means this is probably going to be air attacks. Because if they land water guys, they're kind of stuck there. So that's a little concerning. Luckily, we do have some areas right out here that we can get started with going in and creating some of our basic stuff here. So we'll go in here and we're just going to set up some scatters to get started with. I know they're not the greatest end-all be-all unit, but for beginning, I think they'll be okay. And then we'll focus on some other stuff once we get rolling here. So just trying to get our bases covered as we start here. And literally recovering our base or our core here. So we're going to get these things just set up. And we'll start building in the first round of our items here. I'm going to cancel some of these just so we can build a little faster. And so we can start getting all of our stuff delivered out to those guys, because it's already going to be, we have 4 minutes or so, but it goes really fast. All right, so we have that. If there are ground-based units coming, we're probably going to need to set a trap for them somewhere up here. And by trap, I mean just some duos to annoy them and keep them at bay for a bit. So we're going to do something real simple. Again, I'm really basic when it comes to a lot of this game. As far as getting the basics set up. So go and do something like that, and then something like that. We do have a lot of sand, which is also awesome, because that means we can do some more things as far as production goes in a little bit. But we'll put in a little line of duos here, and hopefully that's enough to annoy them. I suppose we could build a wall or something, but I'm not super worried about that right now. This looks like it's going to be mostly an airplay, and if it is anything else, we can kind of just do our classic, here, blow up these things type of play. All right. So I'm just going to let those build those random walls. Again, if they kind of fly up here, we're a little bit screwed, but that's okay. For the beginning stages here. I really want to focus on power generation here in just a moment. So that's all well and good. We'll get more production and all that stuff set up in just a little bit, but I kind of want to see down here. You can see there's light glowing from all this. So if we take a look down inside of this, let's pause the game real fast, go over to power, and we're looking at our thermal generator. What does that do? It generates power when placed on hot locations or in hot locations. It costs a bunch of stuff to build, but it outputs up to 180 power units per second. And then required tiles, it does require a certain amount of efficiency for it to kind of function. So we have a spot somewhere, I found one that was there, so 300% efficiency. That's awesome. We're going to start off with a power node that's going to be right next to that. And then we'll build on some batteries to just store the power that we have there. And then we can do our thermal generator and hope that all of that works the way that I think it will. Maybe. Okay, so we are producing power now. See, we're producing 300 a second. Beautiful. We are at a point now where we need to actually start generating some more copper. We're almost out of copper, surprisingly enough. Just that initial building stage there kind of depleted our copper reserves, so we need to build some more back in here. So we got something like that, something like that. And we're just going to go in here and just do the absolute basics to get some little bits of production going in there. We'll get more in just a moment. But we just need to at least get the basics rolling here. So do that as well. And we're going to have that come over here, and that's going to join into our current production line there, which isn't going to max out that belt, but it's going to do a little bit better of a job than what we have right now. And we'll be good with that. We'll work on more production here in just a little bit. I do want to fly over here, make sure we don't have guys just kind of plopping, because they could just come straight across, and that would be not good. So we're going to try to see what they're up to here. We do have tons and tons of copper and lead and all this stuff a little farther out. I am significantly worried right now that we're going to have a problem when it comes to down here where we have our basic units, but we don't have any real production to save them. So not that guy. A scatter. Come on, scatter. That wave is coming real soon. We're just using the production to get at least one of these things fed, and then we can load up on some more. That'll be good. We have 14 seconds left until our first wave, and that maybe will give us an indication of what we should expect here in this round. We're just going to hang out over here. We can see what's going on, and we should be ready to go here in just a moment. Alright, our time has passed. Oh, we do have a ground unit. He is walking incredibly slowly on the water, which is a good thing for us. That allows us to eventually build some more duos and stuff, but this should take care of any of his silliness here. Can he even touch us? Yeah, he can, but he's not going to be super effective at it. So eventually we'll get enough copper over here to build up some defenses on this area here for ground units. And we could really easily also make a steam generator and just start knocking out guys with electricity, but we'll deal with that down the road. Alright, we got him taken care of. Let's, I'm trying to think of how I want to approach this problem here. Do I want to just kind of load up on copper production and go out from there, or do we have something else that we want to do? I was hoping this stuff's sand, but it's not apparently sand. There is sand way over farther away, but it's just not super close at hand right now, which is fine. Alright, so we're just gonna slowly go in here. I'm gonna feed just some extra belts here. Usually we have a little bit more in the way of copper starting out, but I just used up a whole bunch of it creating the beginning stages of what I wanted for my defense here. So we're a little behind the 8-ball, but that's okay. That should easily fill up that belt and we'll be good there. And then we'll figure out what we want to do past that. But as far as air power goes, we'll probably put a couple more scatters over here. Once we start producing more, which should be coming any moment now, we should have a lot more stuff coming our way. We have our full power. This thing's producing at 338, and we can easily produce a whole lot more pretty quickly. But let's just go in. We have our air defenses at least getting a little bit better. We are around round 3 already. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. I didn't realize we were already on round 3. It's more ground, guys. Okay. So this world has a lot of resources for us, with the notable exception of titanium. It doesn't have any titanium or really a way to get it for us. But everything else it has in spades. Take a look. They're getting wiped out pretty quick there. We're going to make a new line over here that should satisfy everything we need to have for the rest of this here. But let's go in and just make sure we can do what we're supposed to do here. And then we'll pop these guys over, cancel all of that just so we can get the initial line built. There we go. Built some more routers, and I'm assuming we're going to get more bad guys that are a little bit more heavy hitters here soon, so we're going to up our game over here a little bit later, but I just wanted to make sure we had the basics covered. Our next round should be starting soon, so we'll see what else this is going to throw at us. But as of right now, they haven't thrown a lot, and I know it's going to key up here a lot more real soon. But I'm feeling pretty happy right now with the basic stuff that we have. We do have some more lead and stuff, which I do need to actually start feeding some lead into our core because I haven't done that at all yet. Another one of those kind of basic guys, so that should be not a big deal to knock out here, especially as our newest ones are getting ammo. Yeah, you can see the ammo's flying all the way down here. Some of the new ones that got built don't have ammo quite yet, but they'll get there. Luckily, these guys go really slow. Please have ammo, please have ammo, please have ammo. Alright, so that's not too big a deal of what they're doing. I think what I'm also going to do here, we're going to get not a combustion generator, a steam generator. We'll throw that out there like so. We have a, we can do a rotary pump. That would be fun. We'll put that right there. Throw a conduit up to that. As far as power goes, we'll get a power node just built here. And then we can get on a few batteries, nothing crazy. Don't want to stress our system out too much. But then we can go in and just mine some coal. Have that feed in there. And the whole purpose of what I'm doing here, if I didn't explain it, sorry. But the whole purpose of what we're doing here, oh, you need power, don't you? Interesting, okay. So we'll connect that up there, but before we can do that, you need some solar panels to give you at least a little power. Start pumping some water, and then once we have the water pumping, everything's good. We're producing power. We're filling up those batteries. But what we're going to do is put some menders up here. And that will at least protect our basic setup. So I'm going to put that 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we can build our nodes going up there like so. And our health should be going back on there. We're using up power, but not like crazy amounts. And over here, our lancers use copper and lead, but we don't have a really big source of lead here. So we're going to have to, that's our next goal here. We have lead. Let's go in. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to use our laser drill here. We're eventually going to feed this with some water, I think. I think I can figure out how to do that efficiently. Maybe. Alright, so we'll do something like that. You're also going to get laser drills. So we'll do that. And then we'll pop that down. And it'll look something like that, but we need to get power up there or else they're not going to be very efficient at what they do. We can also get water pretty easily up there. So let's go over and get some power. What do the large power nodes use? So they use titanium. I don't want to use up titanium right now because I don't know what I might need that for, and I don't have a way of getting more. So we're going to very carefully just kind of hug the coast here. And just bring everything up. So we have our first ones drawing some power. Then go and feed those ones there. Our power is definitely taking a hit right now. So we're going to throw on another one of these things here. And then I guess I should go check out, we're at wave 6 coming up here. And I have no idea how good or bad our distant outpost here is doing. Doesn't look like it's doing great. Alright, so we've lost one of those guys. And what we should really do is just build a wall here to help protect this line. So let's do that real fast. We've been neglectful, and we really shouldn't be. This line has done nothing bad for us. They've only done good things for us. So let's give them the protection they deserve. So while we're waiting on that, we do need to start keying up some of our production for other things. We have lots of coal, so we can produce lots of our graphite. We have lots of sand and coal, so we can do silicon. We can do Metaglass pretty easily. We have lots of options here. We just need to start exercising them. But that should hopefully hold that back. This area doesn't look like it's been touched in a long time. And then we are rocking and rolling. Look at this. It's gorgeous. We're producing power. We have everything that we need to have going there, and we are refilling our coffers of this. We could use our titanium to throw on faster belts here, which we may do, but for right now we're not going to worry about that. And we're going to take a look and see what bad guys are coming our way. So we have 2 of them this time around. And our energy stuff should take pretty quick notice, or get rid of those pretty quick. If we're taking a look here, power-wise, we're making plenty of power, so we could throw in some arcs here. So these guys have longer range weapons than ours, but they're picking on that area there, which is fine. Let's go in and get some more menders. There we go. And the whole point is just to make sure we prepare those walls as they might be needed there. All right, so let's start focusing a little bit on a production line here, getting some stuff set up so that we can have some additional resources at our disposal. As far as our production stuff goes, we need a graphite press, which I do have a blueprint for, and I think I'm going to use this area with some laser stuff to kind of produce the coal that we're going to need for that. So we can put a laser drill here, here, and let's put it there and there. Okay, that's way too much, but it's okay. And the idea here is I'm going to wrap this around this way, and then I can go into my schematic, click on that, rotate it around, and we're just going to place it right. So I just want it lined up. I want to get it as far over as possible and down. That looks good. And then we can kind of plop that down here and over. And these guys will bring down a little bit more. Pop those in there like so. And this thing's going to produce power forever, or produce what we need in mass amounts there, which is great. Power wise, we'll put in some more of these thermal generators because I really like them. I think they're pretty cool, and they seem like they just produce insane amounts of electricity, which is kind of what we need right now. Basically free electricity, because they take up a lot of resources to get started with, but once you have them, they're really good. So this one's producing, you're producing 200, this one's over 300, 270, 112. Yeah, so we're producing almost 1,000, what units are we measuring these in? It doesn't say. It just says power. For whatever our power unit is per second, we are producing that. So this is looking good. We're flying through, we're getting all of that stuff going. So our next step here is, I guess we're going to go with some silicon. So I think we're going to do a total of, we're going to make these down here, and we're going to come out this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Again, I really should do a blueprint or a schematic of this. I just haven't. Alright, and then skip. We'll do something like that. And then we need our junction. Alright, those guys are also going to come in here like so. And then we'll do that. Cool. Alright, so then we'll have our production come out. They'll all merge into here, and then this whole mess will head out this way. Let's have it go up a little bit more, just so we can bring it straight across here, and then dump it down. We have another round of bad guys coming. We're almost halfway through the waves, but we haven't really done anything other than set up the initial round of stuff here. And you can see that they just keep throwing the same level of guys here. I guess this is what they mean by low danger. There's not a lot going on with what we need to worry about for this. So in here, we're going to do our laser drill. Just put on 3 of those. And they're going to drop down like so. And then we'll do our copper or our coal, because that's what they need, right? Sand and coal, yep. So we'll put on laser drill for this one. And we'll do the same exact thing here. So we'll do something like that. And then we just need to bring our power over. So we can pretty easily power those ones. And then we'll have this come straight out again. pretty easily power all of that. And then we can pretty easily power all of that. Now, if we really want to go bananas, we can pretty easily put on a mechanical pump here. So let's see. Put it right there and there. Then I will add on those along with a liquid router. And their drill speed should start increasing. This one's drill speed increases drastically as it gets more water. It definitely ups the system, and we're good to go there. Let's see, let's see, we have 4 of those. So let's see if we can just, instead of doing it like this, it's going to be difficult. Let's see, I can bring that one over there. I can have another belt there and another one there. So this guy is going to just feed this one. So instead of that, you're going to come straight down and you're going to feed that one. This one, you're going to come straight down and you're going to feed that one. We're going to have this one is going to come straight down. Well, not straight down, but almost straight down. And you're going to feed there. And they're producing so much that we actually are filling up all those belts there. If you take a look, we're producing more than enough power to sustain that. We're actually running out of coal. But luckily, we have lots of coal farther away. Let's take a look at our guys here. Yep, they're not making it really much farther than the basic areas there. So we can go in and set up some coal production out here. Or what I should do is just provide these coal guys with some water, and they'll probably, right now we're producing 1.1 and 1.4. So if I bring this around here and let's say add a liquid router here, we should be able, maybe it needs to be just one more step away, but I can do that. Then we can have this one. Let's do it. Bring it down one more. That one come in there like so and like so. We'll add on our liquid router. And that's going to come all the way from up here. So let's see. Bring that down over. Bring this over and down. And we'll see how that works. We have our bad guys ever so slowly making their way up. I guess I could put on like a navy here and just have them get wiped out pretty quickly, but I don't want them to get destroyed and just kind of... What I fear is going to happen is they're going to sit around here and just kind of slowly drive down into this and get destroyed instantly, and I don't want that to happen. So at least that's happening real fast. I'm pretty excited by the amount of destruction we're able to cause there. I can see, wow, just upping the amount of coal there really did a good amount for us. So I'm happy with that. We may go in here and split that off. Not that we're going to produce more coal, but that we're going to just throw some coal in farther back. See, did I do that right? That's going to come across here. Not touch anything else. Going to go down and feed the bottom belt. Doesn't really necessarily need to happen because we are producing so much stuff right now that we're kind of maxing out our belts, but that's fine. And by maxing out our belts, I mean our output belts. These still definitely could use some improvement that we're not going to give it today. But as it's coming, we're getting all that. We could get more coal, but I'm not worried about it right now for what we need to do there. So that's all good so far. We have 2 of our main production areas just kind of flying through, doing their thing. We do not have any titanium. Our graphite is going nice and well here. We've maxed out our copper production. Our lead production is going in there. Our silicon production and our that is fine. Let's see, what else can we do? The The kiln, we can't do anything with that because we, oh no, we can do the kiln. We input lead and sand and we get Metaglass. So let's do that real fast. Just need to find a good source of lead to do this with, which looks like it's going to be this source because it's really the only major source we have there. So we're going to do this. Oh, ooh. You see that? Do you see that bad guy trying to trick his way in? Okay, so we had our first round where air power decided to show its face over here. These guys, again, are getting wiped out pretty quick. I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, look at this. They attacked our power generation. Interesting. So let's go back over here. We have a steam generator. And that should get up and running pretty quick. We do have some lead here, so we're going to take advantage of that. And why don't we do our laser drill here. And we're going to output some other stuff here. But before we do that, let's make sure we have a water source for all of that going into there. And we'll also get a power source going into that. And then we're just going to bring that down. It's not going to be quite low enough for what we want, but it will protect these guys once we... So we go in and put those in. Here comes our next wave, which there is an aircraft associated with it. I think. Oh, no, there's not. Oh, yep, there is. See? He's coming up. Here we go. Okay, he does take some pot shots at our steam generation facility there, but doesn't really get anywhere. And then here come our bad guys right there. And we get that taken care of. Okay. So I'm also going to bring our air supports a little farther up here. Because right now that was a little sketchy. And I'd prefer it not to be so. So these areas are really covered. If they get in within the area of that, we should knock them out pretty quick. This thing's producing 4.8, so that's great. I'm just constantly amazed at how, if you just give these water, they just produce insane amounts of production for that. All right, we'll hang out here for just a sec. We only have about 30 seconds before our next round comes in, and hopefully we're there, but we're on level, or wave 13. I do want to get the Metaglass set up and ready to roll here. If we take a look around our map, we do have a nice big area up here of lead production. So I'm going to kind of just prepare that area for what I want to do with it, which is produce lots and lots of stuff. I want to use some conveyor belts that I haven't used yet. I try and save them, but I think we'll be okay. And where are we going to pull that out at? I think they're going to build our production for that right in here. Oh yeah, we already set that up. Cool. Okay, so I'll bring that down. And we're just going to stick that there for now. We'll figure out where exactly we want all that to go later. Let's just fly over here very quickly. Take a look. And I think we're going to just up our game here with some Lancers to provide some additional long-range coverage for us, because they're getting a little farther up. They're creeping ever closer up to the top there. I'm not a big fan of that, so maybe these Lancers will just help head that off. We could put in some salvos as well. The only problem with them is that they require a good amount of titanium to build, and I don't want to risk that quite yet. Our Lancers only cost 20 titanium, where the salvos are 50. So we can get some more bang for our buck out of these. We should maybe build a parallax as well. Just smack that somewhere down here. Put 3 of those in. That's just going to suck any air power down over here, just to kind of give us a little bit extra. If we take a look at our power production, we're maxed out there. I'm going to give a couple more batteries. Ooh, and we have that differential generator. Never mind. That's pyrite and cryo fluid. Never mind. I was hoping we could use the heat thing and then put on something special with that, but no, that's not the case. Okay, so we're producing our power. We have that. Next round is coming. We'll just speed that up. Doesn't look like any bad guys coming as far as air power goes. Oh, there he is. So let's just take a look and see what happens here when they get into... Yeah, that's what I wanted. I do need to repair that though, so we'll put a mender down here to help that area as well. Because these guys just tractor beamed them and then they got shot down right there. We don't want that to happen. But if we take a look, ooh, I still need to finish building that guy right there. Take a look. Now we should... The problem is these aren't the best, most accurate tools in the world. They take a little time, but we're good. And we're building power again here. Okay, fantastic. Let's go in and get our Metaglass going. Not that we really need to have production of that for this level, I don't think. But I do just want to do it to have it there. We do need some more water, so we'll add on some additional... Let's go with some mechanical pumps here. I know I don't need to do it like that, but I'm just going to, so leave me alone. And I'll do me. Alright, so... Throw those on there, throw that in there, and now our water level is increasing rapidly on that. Which is what we wanted, and that should speed up our drills there, but we're also going to be able to take that and build some more drills over here. So, laser drills, real quick, let me just double check. Our kiln is sand, yeah, okay. So, very quickly, we're going to just throw something like that, I think. And then we already have our stuff there, so we can throw our routers 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to use our fast production, bring them out there. And then for our kilns, let's see here. We'll do that. So coming in, it's going to be a junction followed by a router. Thank you, Sandstorm, for going away. I was losing my mind. And then you're going to go there. These guys are going to come down and there. And these ones are going to come up. So it'll be something like that. And then I know the Metaglass comes out fast, but we're going to just leave it on a slow track for right now. And what did I not do? Oh, I didn't provide these power. Okay. Eventually I'm going to give these water as well, but that's going to be a little bit down the road here. They're producing right now at 1.45, 1.63, and 1.63. That should be good to get us started with the initial setup here. And we'll produce, oh, I guess we have to provide this power too, huh? All right, so that is at least a really easy jump. So you have power. We're producing lots of power. And we'll go through and do that, and we'll eventually get some water to do the next rounds with. But we're on round 16 or wave 16 here. They should be coming real soon. You can see that we're producing that, no problem. And really 2 of these is going to max out that belt real fast. So I don't know if we're actually starting to kind of jam up there. So if I go in and put another kiln in there with our router and a junction, we should be good to go. And we'll just jump our power up there. There we go. Reducing our power. And all of these are going through, and we're loading up that belt fully with just 2 of those, which is great. So we'll leave that be. We have all of this stuff looking real good. Flying out here, you can see that we're continuing to knock down the bad guys right at this exact point. So we're hurting ourselves a little bit with this, but it is healing those guys. These are healing. We are in good shape. Nothing too big a deal here. As far as factories or any of this stuff like a ground factory, I guess we could do this. It doesn't need tremendous resources to do. I'm just not super interested in doing that right now. Our air factory, again, we could do that pretty easily. Just not super interested in it, quite honestly, right now, because we have plenty of resources here to manufacture that stuff and send them out and do their thing, but just don't really want to right now. We're almost done this. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. We have our groups of bad guys coming in. I just want to see kind of, that's a lot. And we now have 2 aircraft that are coming in. They get sucked in and crashed immediately, which is wonderful. I should look and see what a navy looks like, because from your comments that you guys have left, which I appreciate greatly, by the way, the navy at the beginning stages of the game, which I think I'm in, they're just really overpowered for what you need. So let's see, silicon. Okay, so we'd be building the Risso, looks like, which is Metaglass and silicon, which we could definitely do pretty easily. Why don't we just make one of those and see what happens? Unless I don't have the resources for it. I may not. Oh no, I do. It's just taking a while. Okay. So as far as silicon goes, we have ample resources for it. I'm not super worried about that. Metaglass, also we have ample resources for. So we're actually going to remove this section here. We're going to put in our laser drill. 4 of them, actually. We can feed that area, but the rest of this is going to go towards production of our Metaglass. And this one also is going to be for production of Metaglass right there. And so we will have our kiln be right there. We actually can just throw that straight on this way. So we'll do something like that. As far as power goes, now these aren't moving because they're not actually connected yet to our power system. We are producing enough. Those guys got pulled in just like we want it. We could easily throw another steam generator over here. So let's just do that real fast. Put a steam generator in here. Get a router. And we'll also go in and connect our pipes up to that. And then this one's going to come down and over. And this should start producing power for us. So we're producing way too much, which is great. Okay, so we have all of that. somehow our kiln itself is not hooked up to the power. So we have that now. This is the most unnecessary thing I think I've ever done in this game, but that's okay. Alright, so we have Metaglass going. That's fine. The other thing that we need for the Risso is silicon. So we have plenty of options for that as well. We have power. That should not be a big deal for us. So we're going to make 2 silicon smelters. We're going to plop them, let's say, here and here. 2, 3, 4. Router. Skip a space, router. Junction. Got those in there. Beautiful. Okay. I'm not going to worry about a drill for this one, like one of the fancy drills. We're going to go basic here. We're going to get this one set up. These are going to feed right into there. And then these guys are going to come up, over, and into this spot. All right, and I guess we should probably give them power as well. Our sector has been captured. No thanks to our Navy, but we're going to get it built anyway just because we can. So I'll throw that in there. And really, this one was, oh my, look at that disaster that we have going on there. All right, our steam generator. Oh, hold on. B. We can hit B to rebuild everything. I do read comments. I appreciate it because, again, I'm not very good at this game. And it's very helpful to have people who know more than I do or who read the directions to know what's going on because I just don't. I'm going to just throw a couple more parallaxes in there. Maybe just 2 because we're starting to run out of our titanium. We're down. Wow. Parallaxes use a lot. How much do they use? 90. Ouch. All right. So we're down to 137 or 371, excuse me, of our titanium. We have our Rissos, which will be built here. I think that's how you pronounce them. We're loading up on our items. And then once it's loaded up, we should be able to start building our everything we need. Oh, we actually could produce more of this if we just put it onto the belt like it's supposed to go. And what I'm also going to do here is this one's production is being completely wasted right now. So we're going to help our friends out and just produce a little more going that way. And what we can also do is put a router there. Go up and in. And now we should be just flying through that stuff. Yeah, because we stopped producing Metaglass on this one because we are full. And our increased production on this one is now starting to show. And we should be hopefully building our first boat. Oh, it helps if the boats have power. All right, so let me get power up there. There we go. You have power now? You have power. You have power. Why use no power? Okay, now you have power. Now we're building the boat. Build progress is going. It's looking beautiful. I've never really built a bunch of extra production lines away from the core or that aren't feeding something other than like core-based things. But this is a factory I've built really far away from everything else. And it seems to be doing its job, I think. These use lots of power. How much power do these things use up? Uses 72 power units per second. That's a lot. But there we go. we have our boat. I can enter that boat. And oh yeah, look at us. We have there's 3 guns. Look at them following around. It's beautiful. We have everything that we need to have for this, and I'm very happy with our little Navy production. They're fast. They control real easy. And they have a decently tight turning radius. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some other sectors and stuff here and figure out where the heck we want to go next. But I'm pretty happy with this general area of lots of lasers, lots of water, lots of production. So until next time, folks, thanks for coming and seeing what we have to do here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.